Hey friends, sorry. Still trying to figure out all this technical stuff because I keep changing my mind. But welcome to my live, and if you happen to be watching later, welcome to the replay. Happy Wednesday. We're almost halfway through the week. Hoorah! Give me a big old thumbs up if you're excited for the weekend. So my name is Robin, and I'm with Robin's Egg Blue Creations, and I'm also an independent designer with Chat Couture. So once you hop on tonight's live or you hop on the replay, tell me hi in the comments, and also tell me where you are watching from. And if you are on the replay at a later date, if you wouldn't mind typing in #replay, that just notifies me when you have hopped on the video and I can interact with you. Also, I'm live in 2 locations this evening, so if you hear me refer to a comment that you don't see in your feed, that person may be on a different platform. Also, if at any time during this project you think that others should see it, please feel free to spread the craft love all over Facebook and YouTube. Tag your crafty friends and invite them to watch along with you. Also, hit that thumbs up button, hit the heart button, subscribe, turn on notifications. Do all the things that your specific platform wants you to do. That just helps out my little crafty channel, and it tells that platform that you think others should see it too. So I'm going to go to my comments and see if anyone's hopped on. I see that Jason is watching from the other side of the door. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and flip the camera so that we can get this project started. Okay. So, and let me know if the music is distracting. I can probably turn it down a little more. We are using a 2-inch by 36-inch dowel rod. To be honest, I am crafting my stash. I knew I had these unpainted pieces of dowel rod on my project cart. I only thought they were from last year, but when I went back to look at the inspiration video, I realized that I bought these 2 years ago. I cut them, but I hadn't gotten any farther. So 2 years is long enough to be hanging around unfinished. So it is time to start crafting my stash. And I think I'm toying with doing like a Friday night craft your stash in pajamas kind of thing, to where we just kind of hang out like late night stash crafting. I don't know, just something I'm kind of thinking about, just so that I can start working on some of my stash, and it might be a great opportunity for you to work on your stash. I did start a Craft Your Stash Facebook group years ago thinking that I was going to do this, and I still might do it in that group. So type stash in the comments if you think you would be interested in participating on that, whether it would be a weekly, bi-weekly, once a month, once a quarter, that kind of thing. Okie doke. So I have these dowel rods, and they are rough. This is, again, 2 inches by 36 inch total. So this one's roughly 14. This one is 12. And this one is about 8.5. Cut them however you prefer. Just kind of have them staggered a little bit. So I have those. I painted in Crimson, Ocean, and Plaster Waverly chalk paint last night. I did a couple coats. We're going to kind of sand them a little bit. I'm going to use some Dixie Belle Best Dang Wax in brown. Then we're going to add some little dowel fuses. And then I'm going to do something interesting to these stars and these fabric pieces. So that's kind of what we're doing. I do want to get these stars painted first. Jason says he loves the colors. Thank you. So I have the original inspiration video linked in the description. It's from Sarah at Booksy and Buttons Designs. Again, this is a 2-year-old project. She did something a little bit different with her fuses, but in all transparency, I have way too many stars not to do something different. Oh, there's more. That's embarrassing. So I knew I needed to use at least a few stars. So the toppers to my fireworks are going to be just a tad bit different, so I can use up some of these. So I'm just putting a bit of masking tape on the back. So, Mr. Jason, if I ever buy wood star cutouts in the next couple of years, tell me that I don't need any. Please. Because I don't need any. And I even have like 3 larger stars that I didn't even leave out. So I need to make some star projects at Christmas. I think everything from here to the end of the year is going to have a star on it. Okay, I'm going to get a paper plate to use as a palette. And I just like to use these little dessert plates. Jason says, I'm not going to do that. Well, remind me, because I don't have room for more wood stars, and that's just wasting money on stuff I already have. So I went through my stash and found one of probably many little jars of paint. So this is just Deco Arts Dazzling Metallics and Shimmering Silver. You could use gold if you prefer. I'm just also using a makeup sponge. Probably should get the edges first. Just because a paintbrush would just be way too messy with these little stars. Actually, I'm not going to worry about the edges. Okay. So I'm just pouncing the paint on and off. If it gets on the edges, fine. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm going to be sanding these and then also adding some wax. So, plus, ain't nobody going to be looking up at them that close. If they are, they don't need to be judging the quality of my paint job. I'm not selling these. It's probably gonna be for my personal decor. Unless somebody wants them, and at the right price, I would definitely sell them. I just don't have time to make anymore. Again, unless the price is right, then I'd be more than happy to sit down and make you some. I believe I got these stars from Hobby Lobby. Let me see, where's my open package? I think these are from, not Hobby Lobby, Walmart. The wood pile fun are from Hobby Lobby. And then these are from Hobby Lobby in the seasonal department. And if anybody is out looking for wood star cutouts and they can't find any, you know where to find some. I'll be glad to share. I am going to do the back side just partially, I think, because you might end up seeing parts of it. So I'm just going to let this layer dry. Okay, so stick those over there. I'm going to switch these over to here because I have a fan right here that I can put these in front of. Let me know if the fan bugs you. Can you hear that? Okay, so I'm going to sand these next. Let's see if I can get my big sander. Okay, so I'm just going to use my sander. I'm going to do it off camera because then I can sand on the floor. I'm mainly doing the edges. Preferably not my manicure. Still kind of give them that distressed look, and then the wax will kind of pick up where we left off. Okay. Okay, so there's one. You can kind of see a little bit where I've sanded the edges, kind of. Okay. Clean those off. We'll get to the blue one. It'll probably be a little more noticeable on the darker colors. It's an arm workout. Okay. Whew. I'm going to learn to sand with my right hand. Build up those muscles. Okay. That's a lot more noticeable. Woo-wee. Okay, I need to stand with my left hand, that's it. That still hurts. Woo! I'm gonna work out. Whew. Okay. Woo-wee! Do I need a tag team sanding buddy? Probably. Which is funny because I have my extra electric sander down here, but sometimes it's just satisfying to do it by hand. Tiring, but satisfying. I think I just made my white sweater, my white sweater pink, but whew. Okay. So now that's a little more noticeable. So now I'm going to take some of my wax. Just keep in mind a little bit of this goes a long way. I'm going to try using a brush this time. Let's see what happens. And I'm just going to go all over, kind of give it that wonder if I should maybe sacrifice one of my stencil brushes. Let's see if it. Ooh, that might work a bit too much. So Sarah, the original inspiration, her first set of firecrackers, she used like ornate table legs and chair spindles. It looked really pretty. I don't have access to much of that, so mine are just going to be square. And you could use round if you prefer. There we go. I'm just going to use my finger. Easier. At least for the edges. Miss Kim. How are you? Hey, how did your show go a couple weeks ago? I wanted a road trip down there, but it just didn't work out. Since you were in Oklahoma City, it's a little closer than your hometown is. Kim says she's good. Show was great. Kim paints door hangers. Really pretty door hangers. I always want to. I have some fall blanks that I need to finish painting. I'm making some firecrackers. I've had these cut up and unfinished in my stash for 2 years. So last night I sat down and painted them. So tonight we're finishing them. I'm just gonna, so I painted them with some Waverly chalk paste in Crimson Ocean and plaster. And I just gave them a good sanding. And I'm just kind of aging them up a bit with some brown wax. I'm really just making a mess right now. And then I painted the stars silver. And they're going to be part of the fuse. Just one more side. And then we'll get to the last one. And I also have to drill holes. Oops. Those edges a little darker. Okay. Pretty grungy looking. Last one. Get that. Ooh, well, that goes a long way on the plaster one. I have to be careful on this one. Kim says she's all done with 4th of July stuff, painting Christmas and fall. Yeah, I've had these in my stash, so it's about time I get them done. So I'll probably be done with 4th of July at the end of the week. And then I'd like to do some Christmas stuff in July. And I need to have a live sale. Get rid of some of my Christmas transfers and okay, I think that's pretty good. Okay, that's all grunged up. We'll probably do a stars on the back side. Trying to get some of this. Kim said it's only because of the show. I don't want to see. You don't want to see summer or 4th of July door hangers for a while. I bet you were busy. I just can't work that. Yeah, I don't work that fast. Granted, I have a dang full-time job that gets in my way. So I'm just gonna flip these over. One side will be towards the inside, but I'm not for sure how much we can see. Once I finish what I think will work, but I want to make sure that if you can see them, that we get most of the insides covered. So again, I'm just pulling out my silver paint and a makeup sponge, and I'm just going to dab on the paint. These are too thin and too small to worry about a paintbrush. As Kim said, it's going to be cute, and I'm creative. Well, thank you. I don't know about creative. I can steal other people's ideas. I have a hard time coming up with them on my own. Although, if this star idea works out the way it does in my head, then I'll take full credit for it. I linked the original video below of who I saw do it a couple years ago, and she made cute little poofy scrap fabric pom-pomish ends of her fuses, and it was super cute. But I was saying earlier, I have 837 packages of star cutouts, so I was trying to figure out a way to use these up. So now I'll just have 6 minus 837 packages or stars. Okay, let's let that dry. And then, so actually, I should, since I have so many packages of stars, literally, let's give out a couple. So if you share this video, I will put you into a drawing to win a package of stars. And I will, yeah, we'll definitely give out one. This, I'm not trying to hoard them. I didn't realize I had that many in my stash. So if you live in the Salina, Kansas area and have been looking for stars, I have them. I didn't mean to. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and drill my holes. Again, that's probably something I should have done ahead of time, but I was just lucky enough to get them painted ahead of time. I'm going to have to stand up for this. Kim said she's just kidding, but I get you. I didn't realize I had that many in my stash. I didn't realize I had any in my stash, and I bought some, and then I went looking around probably for something else, and found all 837 packages of stars. I was like, whoops. That's close. Okay, so I think I'm going to use, I tried to pick out a few drill bits. I think we'll try. Probably shouldn't start with the bigger one, but we are. Okay. Oh, that's not it right. realized it's easy to drill your holes crooked. Oh, if anybody has any tips on that, because my fuse is now it's a wee bit crooked. That's a little better. Okay, so let's drill this one. Might help if I actually don't hold it at an angle. Dump this in my trash. Let's see if I got that one. That's any better. Okay, last one. Okay. That's a little better. It's still crooked. Kind of depends on which way you hold them. I need to practice so that I don't keep drilling holes crooked. I made some felt Christmas trees at Christmas and put them on a dowel rod and then drilled into a block of wood for the stand, and those Christmas trees were leaning every which way but straight. So, gonna have to figure out that little task. Okay. Those. Let's see what our stars look like. Yep, they're pretty dry. Okay, so let's give them a wee. Turn that off so I don't blow all that into my face. I'm going to give them a. Hopefully, I won't break them, but. I'm just going to try to file the edges off a little bit. Oh, that's a terrible sound. Maybe. Let me skip this step. There, that works a little better. Oops. Just need a little bit of resistance. Okay. 2 down, 1,800 more to go. Just what you guys wanted to do was watch me sand. But I think it gives it a lot of character. I have an Archon mat mount. I'm using a portion of it. I have the up above. I have a webcam up above, and it's connected to 3 of the little linking pieces that come on the Archon. You know, the little things that make it articulate. Because I do a lot of sanding and I need as much table space as I can get, I don't necessarily like the base part, so I disconnected the base, but it's over here laying on the floor. So I have that webcam up above me with the articulating pieces. It's hanging from a closet rod that's connected to two of the floor joists above me because I'm in an unfinished basement. And then in front of me, I just have a tabletop tripod with my front-facing webcam. Cool, I'll have to send you pics. Our mount doesn't go high enough. Yeah, and if you can get it high enough, but the problem is if you get it high and then you put it over something, it's too top heavy and then it falls over. I think that's what happened. Because I could get it high, but then everything gets too top heavy and falls over, or my phone or camera ends up too heavy and it just gradually comes down. Are you in a shed studio? Because I just have like 2 metal brackets and two metal closet brackets, and then I have a dowel rod closet rod that goes, and that's how I hang my overhead cam, and that's how I did it before I moved. I've also, when I just had like a table, I got a garment rack that was wide enough, and I literally built it around the table. It had like a shelf on the bottom, so that was under my table, and my garment rack went up both sides and over my table, and that worked really well to hang one of my overhead mounts. Yeah, it's a 1-car garage turned into your she shed. So you could do a closet rod from your ceiling. Okay, so my plan for these stars is, and this is probably going to be tedious, so if you guys have to hop on and hop off, I don't mind. My plan was to make, and again, I hope this works. In my mind, it worked great, but it doesn't always. Like, my plan was to glue little strips. That might even work. Well, they might even have to be, they're going to have to be smaller than that. Like little strips of fabric. And of course they'd be alternating patterns. Like this. And then my dowel rod, my little, and so kind of like that, but it'd be alternated colors. So that's my plan. So it might take a bit. So I have some jean material here. I have this red and white strap check. I have a red bandana, and then I found this pillow ticking fabric. I don't want that though. So I thought this would be cute, but it's going to take a wee bit to cut all these. So if y'all have to hop off, I won't be offended. And if I may we may just get to one, and then I can do the rest off camera. I hate to do that because then that's how I end up with 50 bajillion unfinished, half-finished projects laying around. Okay. Let's cut these, and then we'll cut some more of the other colors. Okay. So I'm going to make these maybe a 1/4 of an inch. Please gotta go, but catch the replay because you want to see how they turn out. Thanks for hopping on. Have a great evening. If I don't see you, have a great weekend. Okay, get all those cut. We'll cut some of the white. Cut those in half, and then we'll cut these in half. And then I wonder if we'll just cut this one. Put this stuff away before it gets overwhelming. Okay, let's cut some of this jean material off. Maybe. It doesn't like to tear. And I'm not even worried about evenness. If some of it's a little wider than others, that's okay. Okay, let's see how far that gets us. And then I think I'm going to go ahead and, you know what, I bet I boo-booed. I think that'll still work. Okay, so I'm going to glue this part of the dowel rod in. And I'm going fairly high up because I want it to provide some spacing up here so that hopefully my star sits somewhat flat. Okay, so I need to probably get out a detail tool. This is going to help me. If you need some hot glue helpers, the multi-tool or the detail tool from Chocateur work great because they are silicone based. You could probably even use a squeegee, and you could actually even cut a piece off of a squeegee just like this, and then you could have a little hot glue helper. Okay, so I'm just going to add a little bit of glue at a time, and I'm just going to start laying. I'm going to lay them upside down. So it doesn't matter which way you lay them. You just need to lay them all the same direction. That way they're all in one direction. I sure hope this turns out like I wanted it to. And you can pinch some of the fabrics if they're not quite what I think pinching them is gonna make it look kind of cute. Ouch. See, I did that one wrong. I think it'll look okay. Okay, so let's do oops, I did the denim one. That's okay. Let's do the denim one that way. So I'm kind of sticking them on there and then kind of pinching them. It kind of helps them go, not lay so flat. Hey, Miss Ashley. We are making some firecrackers. So I have a white one, a blue one, and a red one. So this is something I had in my stash for a couple of years. Unfinished. I had them cut, but I didn't have them painted. So I said, "Phooey, it's time to get them done." So we're just working on the top portion, like the fuse and the little sparkly thing on top. So this part's gonna be slightly tedious. It's not quite what I was anticipating, but we'll get it working. So I painted my stars silver, and then we gave them a little bit of a sanding. And then I'm going to try to sandwich 2 stars together. And then that'll be the fuse. So I made little tiny strips of fabric and then cut them really tiny. And now we're just piecing them on there. So how are you doing, Miss Ashley? This one's a little long, but I'll trim it later. Ooh, I'm gonna need a lot more fabric. I think I'll just do 1 star tonight because this may take me till next July to get all of them done. But I only have 3, but that's not too bad. It'll do. Okay, so let's do some jean material. So I'm kind of sticking it on there and then just kind of pinching it just to give the fabric a little bit of movement, maybe. I'm trying to stick to the same pattern. This one. It's kind of what it's looking like. It's not quite what I had in mind, but it'll still work. I'm also too hard on myself. I am my own worst critic. Jason says, yes, I am my own worst critic. He thinks it's going to be adorable. So if your kids or your husband blow out their knees or outgrow their pants, jeans, don't throw them away, because you can use that jeans material for all sorts of stuff. It's not quite what I had in mind. Ouch. Hot. It's really, really hot. So actually, I was talking earlier, since I shopped my stash. Oh, she may not be on, but looks like she may have popped off. Oh well, if anyone else is out there, looks like she may have popped off. Oops. I'm thinking about doing like a craft your stash night every now and then, like whether it be once a week, every other week, once a month, once a quarter, to where we can get some of these things done that we keep putting off. Or if you're like me and you shop faster than you can craft, and your brain forgets that you have all of this stuff at home that needs to be done, but yet you keep buying craft stuff. Yeah, it's not quite what I had in mind. I'm gonna go with it anyway. I don't quite think I know what I wanted, but okay, let's keep going. I'm almost there. Still gluing fabric strips on. Oh, I did all those upside down. These ball. Oh well. It's not gonna matter. Again, no one is gonna be so up close to this when it's sitting on my mantle saying, you put the wrong fabric on there. Or you flipped that fabric around the wrong way. If they do, they can just march their behind right back out the door. Because I don't need that kind of negativity. It's funny because it pretty much turned out even Steven. Not quite what I have mine, but once I got to the end, it's actually not terrible. I kind of have to perfect it with the next one. Not terrible. I don't hate it. I don't necessarily love it, but I don't hate it. I need to try to cover up that stick somehow. If I can jam that one in there. I'm just going to put a little tiny, oops, not there, piece of glue. see if I can jam that piece up in there just to kind of hide the stick a little bit. Okay, now I need to see about gluing the back side on. I need some sort of spacers. Actually need wonder if these skewers would work. Kind of. Okay. This may not be necessary, but just to kind of keep the arms of the star from flapping so much. Ouch. Ouch. I have glue strings everywhere. See if this works. If it was a waste of time. Okay. Oh my lousy. There's glue everywhere. Okay. Actually, it's going to work. I mean, it's not going to be perfect, but okay. So I'm going to stick glue here. Try to go fast if I can. It's not going to be very pretty. And then I kind of want to smash that together. Get it as even as I can. And then dig out. There's a big old glob of glue right there. So that at least hides my fabric on both sides. I mean, it still kind of squishes together up there. For the most part, though, it's pretty stable. And what I also could have done, I could also cut. I don't know if that would work either. But that pretty much, these two sides right here work great. So let's, oh, it's so crooked. Let's see if I can level that out a little bit. It's super crooked. Jason says that's cute. Thank you. That doesn't look very crooked that way, at least. That way. So if we keep it on that side, I think I'll be okay. So let's shoot some glue down there, although I'm not going to glue them. That way, if I keep them and we store them, I can pop that out. So there's that one. It's super cute. It's definitely not quite what I imagined, or what I envisioned, but it's close. I think I'm going to try to do the next one different, but because it's been an hour, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I think I'll do the next ones a little differently. I think I'm going to do them kind of like I did the gnome beard and tie them on some string. I think we'll do it that way. I think it'll be a little cleaner than what this is, but that's super cute. Let me turn the camera around so I can show you. Well, there. Cute little. See, if I turn it this way, it's super crooked. But if we keep it this way, it's pretty cute. And I probably should have waxed up the edges of my stars a little bit. But I still think they're cute. And I'll show you what they're going to look like. I think they'll look better on the taller ones, which I'm going to have to make that a little taller. Just because they'll show up better on the red and the blue. See, look how crooked that is. Super crooked. That's really crooked. But it still looks cute. So I'll just tell everybody I'm going for the whimsical look. Okie doke. That's what we have. If you happen to make some of these, tag me, show me, either send it via Messenger or post it up and tag me. I'd love to see yours. Jason says, awesome project, super cute. Okie doke. So I'm going to hop off for the evening. I know I always say I'm going to come on the weekends, but I have so many projects that I want you guys to see, that I want to share, that I'm hoping that I can go live this weekend. So just be kind of looking for that. With that, though, I'm going to go ahead and hop off. Have a great rest of your week. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, and I will see you on my next crafty video. Thanks for watching.